Okay, so once again, good morning. I think we have a discussion already about the participants and respondents of the study last time, but we will give chance naman our presenter to discuss her research related to participants and
Hey
respondent.
everyone, today
Okay, wait. Okay, so again, respondent are those persons who have been invited to participate in the particular study and have actually taken part in the study. So again, there are certain definitions no, about the participants and respondents. No? Uh, of course, subject is an individual or group of person, entities, or matters in the study. So respondent, again, is the one who answered, responds to question, either written or oral or other stimuli. No? Participants is one who joins willing to be part of the study as a subject. Okay, to start, to give us more details about the topic, let us welcome our first presenter this morning.
Hey everyone, today we will discuss about the chapter 17 in research methodology, participants, respondents of the study. This methodology is necessary to identify because they are your source of data, meaning the data that you need to gather for your research will be coming from them. And it's very important that you need to know the right processes or right procedures when it comes to selecting your research respondents because that's where you can get a genuine data. We have different terminologies being used for research respondents depending on the research design that you're trying or going to use for your study. First, we have subject. Subject can be individuals or groups to which interventions or processes are applied. These are also used when you are conducting an experimental and case study. So how participants and respondents differentiate to each other? Participants are those who participate and answer questions in qualitative studies. Samples are interviews and focus groups. While respondents are those who answer, respond, or reply to questionnaires, usually used in quantitative research. Just a reminder, the difference of quantitative research to qualitative research. Quantitative aims to get statistics about number and frequencies. So in quantitative research, we usually use the word respondents. While in qualitative research, it should be purposive, fit the characteristics of the study, and we usually use the word participants. Who are the participants or respondents of the study? So, are those persons who have been invited to participate in a particular study and have actually taken part in the study. So, according to Margaret Roller's research titled Qualitative Research, Participants Are Not Respondents. So, ang name of the title is Research Design Review Year 2009. The survey respondents are correctly referred to as respondents because that is actually or exactly the role they play in the research process. Respondents, they respond, they answer the question of the researcher. So similarly, in quantitative type of research, responding to the researcher's questions, which are typically structured in close-ended format. So in this case, respondents is the right term instead of the word participants. Now, the next question is, when are we going to use the term participants of the study? The term qualitative research participants is fit to be labeled as participants because their roles go beyond with simply replying or responding to a series of questions. Now, the same article by Margaret Rollers states that in order to participate in the research on various levels, the role of the participants in the research process beyond just answering the questionnaire. He explains, he elaborates his answers to the questions. Also, there are times or chances that he needs to change the topic in order for him to really convey his ideas. In research, if our study is a quantitative one, we usually call our sample as respondents. And if we are in the qualitative research, they are preferably referred to as participants of the study. In quantitative research, we call our respondents respondents. Okay? Can be in any age, but must be determined, characterized, and must agree to informed consent to participate. Factors to be in consideration. Hey everyone.
Doc, sorry po nag-cut lang yung video.
Qualitative research, they are preferably referred to as participants of the study. They share the same meaning. Respondents are those individuals who complete a survey, provide data, and analyze for the research or study. Respondents can also be in any age, but must be determined, characterized, and must agree to informed consent to participate. A number of factors needs to be taken into consideration when selecting the respondents of the study. That includes availability, ethics, and setting in which they will respond. What are the roles of the participants of the study? Number one, takes part in the social relationship with the interviewer and also observe in an ethnographic study. So let's say, for example, focus group discussions. Participants of the study also engage with co-participants and ask to help in the analysis or in some cases. So with all these reasons discussed from the previous slides, we must use the term research participants, not respondents, for those people who provide qualitative data. In writing the discussion of the respondents of the study, you need to be specific. It includes who your respondents are, should include their demographic profile like sex, age, educational attainment, and the like. You state how many are them participating in your study, and what are their characteristics and in what setting did they belong to. All this may be written in one paragraph only. So now, how can we screen participants for our study? Screening participants is about finding participants with the right combination of attributes that make them distinct and suitable for your study, but also representative of a group of people. Finding just the right kind of person for research is tough. It can often be one of the hardest parts of research. So to help us make a right choice to select our participants, here are the 6 steps that we can follow. Step 1, define your criteria. The attributes of the participants you want in your research could vary from incredibly specific to very broad. However, most research will fall somewhere between the two extremes. There are some considerations in defining your criteria. Number 1, why are you screening? The reason for screening will determine how you screen. Typically, the main two categories are relating to the attributes of the participants and the quality of the participants. Second, participant attributes. Get together with your team and list out the attributes of your target participants. The attributes make the person. Once you have the attributes, you can narrow down to the types of criteria you can use to determine those attributes. You also need to balance the cost of screening out inappropriate participants from the cost, including participants who aren't necessarily entirely ideal. It can be more expensive to get a perfectly screened group of participants than is worthwhile. Last is number of attributes. If you are screening for a single study, ideally your screener will be less than 10 questions or take less than 2 minutes to complete. Always take the time to think about which of the attributes are really important to you. Second step, pick your pool. The quality of your research is going to be influenced heavily by the quality and relevance of your participant pool. In some cases, getting feedback from your friends and family may be a good start and is better than nothing. But in most cases, it's not actually going to be very helpful. Friends and family are unlikely to be your ideal participant. Not only are they unlikely to have right attributes nor be a representative, they'll also be overly kind to you or sensitive about their privacy. Third step, describe your screener or study. In some cases, you only need to describe the screener. It could be because you don't want to give away too much until you know who the participants are, or because you don't want to influence the answer or answers of the participants. Whereas in other cases, it makes more to sense describe the main study so that you only get participants who are likely to continue onto the main study. Fourth step is write and order your questions. There are three main categories of attributes to write and order your questions. Number one, demographics, or typically demographic questions, are mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive, such as gender, age, income, etc. Second is behaviors. Behavioral questions are matters of fact and often used using the 5 W's and H. When, what, where, who, why, and how. Third, psychographics. Our psychographics questions are often asked using scales, comparisons, and assessments. Fifth step, build your screener. You also have to prepare a pre-built screening questions and programs and to include your personal attributes in the study. Step 6 and final step, testing and sign off. At this point, all that's left to do is to test your screener to see if it behaves exactly how you expect it to. Okay? So once you are confident with that, if that it will work, make sure to check with anyone who may need to sign it off. In academic, this could be your professor or someone handling your subject, and in a company, this may be a supervisor. That's end my report. Thank you.
Okay. So again, thank you very much, presenter. No, in a study of mixed methods, usually you have two field works, no, qualitative and quantitative. So in qualitative phase, it is necessary to call individuals in some form. For example, participants or respondents. As the result, are not generalizable to the total population. So in the quantitative phase, if the results are generalized to the population, you should no longer refer to participants, but you can present your result based on the variables you include or you include, for example, of course, for men, comparing for women, or people with higher income. So the important points to combine the result, the term participant is more qualitative study. On qualitative study. Again, in some other discussion, no, last time that when we say participant of the study, there are certain additional, I mean, it's just not only what they call this one, checking, no, or just simply answer the questions or tick the options, no. It just for a respondents. So pag when you say participants, they need an elaborative answers to some query or questionnaire. Okay, so thank you.